All right. Yes. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. So, can someone recollect what is it that we saw last? Yeah.
We should
Can you
not
recollect?
think
Ha.
inferiority in us or others.
Ha. Very good. That's a big point, isn't it? We should not think somebody is inferior. Either we are inferior or anybody else also. Yeah. That is a lesson for life, isn't it? We can always remember that, no matter what, because everybody has potential. No? Everybody has potential. Yes. Fiona?
Um, you should help out others during times when they're in trouble, like when
Yeah,
they
we should try to. Okay. What if it's very difficult to help on your own?
call somebody and like
Yeah, instead
make
of
them ask.
panicking, isn't it? Yes. All right. Welcome. Good evening,
Sir, good
Vishwa as well as Dhanur. Nice to meet you.
morning, sir.
All right.
Good evening.
So let's continue. So what else did we see? Can you recollect something else? Both of you. Yeah. Any other point we saw? What kind of work stands out the most? Okay, Bhargavi, no need to raise your hands. Yeah, please go on. Please unmute.
A selfless worker, like the one who completes the work without any desire, like he's always satisfied. He's never like, I want more.
I want more, I want praise from others, isn't it? Yes, this type of works, they are what we can say brilliant. Some of the best masterpieces, no? Do you know the artists when they made it? Did they think I am going to make a masterpiece? I am going to get so much praise. I am going to get this much money for my masterpiece when I sell it. No. When they are doing the work of art, when they are creating, their focus is what? On in the art only, in creation. So when we are doing something, we don't have to worry. In an exam hall, we have exam papers, isn't it? Many times we get worried. Oh no, what's going to happen? I don't understand anything. I will not get good marks. Anybody has got that type of thoughts looking at a question paper? Yeah? Okay. So what should we do then? It's all right. What I know, I have to try. I don't have to worry about what's going to happen afterwards. While solving the paper, I have to not think about what mommy is going to say, what papa is going to say, what my teacher will say, what my friends are going to do. I am going to try to use all the skill set that is inside of me, and I'll try to solve it without any pressure or worry. Because the selfless work, which is done without expectations, that is the work that is going to stand out. Great heroes, that is how they have become heroes, heroes and heroines, all of them. They did their work because it was their duty or they felt it should be done. So, with this, we are ready to start a new chapter. This chapter is becoming free from anger and desire. All right, let us begin. Now, yeah, okay, Bhargavi wants to ask something. Most
Yeah,
welcome.
I actually had a doubt. Like you gave the example of the exam. Like you said, it was a selfless work when we do it completely focused. But how is it like a selfless work? Because we are doing it for ourselves, not for others. Because
No, but your work is preparing for the exam. It's about knowledge, no? Knowledge is what? Is knowledge selfish or selfless?
selfless.
Isn't it? So you're gaining knowledge. Why are you gaining knowledge? Because that's the right thing to do, isn't it? When you gain knowledge, you can pass it on, you can help others. So your exam paper also, it is what? It is not for just giving you good marks or bad marks. It is for you to learn, isn't it? I knew one wonderful teacher. He said exams have to be celebrated. Can anybody celebrate exams? No? But you celebrate festivals, no? Like Diwali? Yes. Why do you celebrate it? Anybody?
It's fun.
Huh? It's
It's
fun
fun.
because it comes every day or it comes once in a while.
Once in a while.
It comes once in a while only, isn't it? What about exams? Exams also every day or they come once in a while?
Once in a while, but they're really
And
stressful.
what comes after exams? Holidays or something like that? No?
No.
No? You
And
don't get after annual exams.
in our school we have exams every weekend.
After annual exams. You don't have annual exams. And you don't have holidays after annual exams. Yes or no? So you don't have to have this fear for the exams. Instead, look at it like a festival because it is something you are going to learn. You're not going to compare your marks with another person's. Instead, try to become better. My best friend, failed in maths in school. And he cried so much. He was feeling so bad. Everybody was thinking this person will never be good at maths. Today, he's one of the best orators in Pondicherry. How is it possible? You have to work so hard. Auditor is always about numbers and figures. They do calculations of crores and crores of rupees moving here, there, so many accounts. Because of not getting attached to the outcomes, he tried to do better and better and better and kept moving. So, all right. So, can we try to look at exams with a different way instead of looking at it with fear? Yeah. I'm not saying do it, celebrate it immediately, but yes, great. You can try. It is always fun. All right, let us continue. You see, now I have not written exam in so long that I miss them. My college got over nearly in almost 13 years back. So let's continue. The teacher had scheduled today's lesson in the backdrop of a beautiful seashore. After enjoying and watching the waves hit the shore, the children turned to their teacher as he began his lesson. So this teacher has now taken all the students to which place? Anybody? Where is this? Seashore.
Beach.
Beach. Yeah. So what a nice place to have a lesson, isn't it? Can you imagine walking
Very
by the
nice.
sea? Exactly. Let's
Yeah.
continue. The teacher says, every one of us dreams of becoming free and satisfied. For that, the first stage is to become aware of your lust and anger. So these are two big words. The teacher says everybody wants to become free. Everybody wants to be happy. Yes or no? But for becoming happy, for becoming satisfied, you have to become free. Free from what? You have to become free from lust and anger. Student immediately replies, he is a very sharp student. He says, sir, many times desires and anger motivate us to do work. Is this a point, a valid point? Yes or no? Desire and anger motivates us. Yes, Rennie, what do you think? How do you say it motivates?
If like someone tells you can't do something, you get angry and you're always eager to prove them wrong, so you do it.
I'll show this person, isn't it? That feeling comes in, no? All right, let us see. The teacher says, no, they are unsteady. You should not allow them to become your source of motivation. Instead, try to perform action without any specific expectation. Now, this becomes crazy. We all know that somebody says you can't do it. My friend said you cannot get this rank at all. I was very angry. So I said, I'll now show him. But now here the teacher says, no, this is unsteady. You should not allow only that. Somebody's statement alone should not be your source of motivation. Instead, try to perform action without any specific expectation. Immediately, a student counters it. He says, no. He says, how can this be possible, sir? Action is not possible without expectation of result. Rather, action takes place to satisfy our expectation. I am very confused about this. What do you think? Is it confusing? Bhargavi? Yeah, why is it confusing? Bhargavi, can you tell me?
Because what he said is true. Like we do our action to satisfy our like expectation. Like I want to become a cricketer, so I will practice a lot. That's my expectation. I want to win this drawing competition. I want to draw well. That's why
Yeah.
I'm drawing it nicely. That's my expectation. But then here it is saying that you should not do it. You should not have desires as your motivation. I am confused.
Yeah. So you also agree with the student's question. What about you, Veona?
I honestly don't think it's that that correct, but sometimes maybe it does, like in a few places, but I am
Can you give an
pretty sure
example?
it's not like, huh? Sorry.
Can you give an example? Sometimes you say no, sometimes it's good, correct?
Mhm.
Example?
Like how does it motivate us? Like example, we're angry, then angry and we're desiring something, but how does that motivate us? That actually should be wrong, right?
Yeah, because you're angry, your anger will come into the work. No, I'll show that person, I'll show this person,
But
isn't it?
it is true, but isn't it wrong to do that?
Okay, so it does happen, but maybe that's an interesting point of view that Fiona has raised. That maybe it is not, these are not good emotions, isn't it? Anger and continuously wanting, I'll prove this person, I'll show how they're wrong. You're trying to show somebody wrong, or I want more, running after it. Sometimes it fuels us, it pushes us. But maybe it may not be right. That's actually a good point. Bhagavi wants to say something. All right, go on. Yeah.
Like said, just like Fiona said right now, she said that sometimes, even you said that sometimes we want to show this person. That's why we do some actions. But then sometimes it might be correct because my friend is wrong. That's like I know he's wrong. For example, in a maths problem, he did the wrong calculations. He got the wrong answer. So I decided to show him that this is the correct answer. How is that bad?
All right, let us see now. That's a student's question, right? We will look at teacher's answer. Yeah, Reni wants to point out. Okay, Reni.
I had an answer to Bhargavi's question. I mean, I'm just a small opinion. Taking examples of the maths problem, it's not like you're putting any emotion. You just want to show them, like you're like trying to help and making them understand. I don't think it's anything like desire or anger.
It's not like you're trying to prove that person you are wrong and I want to show I'm right. It's not like that, isn't it? I think Bhagavi agrees with what Reni is saying. All right, let us continue. Let us see. What about you, Dhanur and Vishwa? We'll go ahead. Yeah. If you have any doubt, anybody has any doubts, you can always anytime unmute and ask it away. Okay. Let's
Okay,
continue.
sir.
Okay, let's continue. Teacher says, Dear, that's why I brought you all near the seashore today. Just observe the vastness of the sea. Now I'll share one illustration. I think all of you have got it into your. I think today I shared it in the group as well. Are you able to see it? I'll share it in the. I'll share the screen also for those who was. Yeah, can you see it? Somebody please describe this image.
It's just a beach with the waves just flowing and the water
Okay.
hitting the seashore.
Okay. And anything written there in the tagline?
No.
Below
It's
the
not clear.
picture, it's written. Below the picture is written. Don't get carried away by the with the waves of anger and desire. Remain calm and then act.
Okay, don't get carried away by the waves of anger and desire. Remain calm and then act. Okay, we'll look at this. But waves, sea waves, how do they come once in a while or they keep coming and going? Yeah, Fiona, tell me.
It's not there in my book. I think only the picture is given. There's like
All
nothing.
right, you're probably having one different version of the book. That was the first version.
Okay.
Yeah. So now the point here is that do not get carried away by the waves of anger and desire. Anybody has gone to the sea? has watched the waves? Yes. How does it feel?
It feels relaxing.
Okay, Vienna says it feels relaxing.
Calm.
Yes, Dhanur or Vishwa,
Sea
you have
will
gone to the
be
beach?
silent and the wave sound will come.
Yeah, it's a beautiful sound of waves. No, you can actually, if you have you taken a shell anytime from the sea? You have picked up the shell
Uh,
and heard it?
yes,
Have you kept
sir.
it near? What sound do you hear inside of that?
Uh,
Air.
waves.
If you hear the sound of the waves, okay, Rini wants to say something.
I don't actually hear anything. It's just the air. Nothing actually.
Yeah, yeah, but the air does sound like it's resonating the sound of the waves only, isn't it?
I mean, it's trying to attempt it, but it's doing a very bad attempt.
So the shell has to improve according to Rini. All right. So all right, this is something. When you see the waves keep coming and going, because it's natural. They keep coming, they keep going. Something like that. There are waves. Waves of what? Desire. Waves of anger. They come and they go. You get angry suddenly only, isn't it? But just because you got angry once, you will not get angry again. Is that true? No. You get angry once, it becomes a habit, and then you keep getting angry again and again and again. Same thing about desires. Initially, you'll say, one chocolate. Mummy, give me one chocolate, then I'll do the work. And quickly, one is over before you know it, you only see the wrapper, and then you start feeling disappointed. I ate it too quickly. Then you ask for a second, then third. And if you keep getting it, you become adamant, isn't it? I will do my homework only if I get it. I will do this work only if I get this in return. There was one friend of mine, whenever he would come home, he would first run straight into the refrigerator. He would open the refrigerator and search for where is chocolate, where is juice, I want it. He would do that only every time. And then he would, when he was very young actually, now he's a big grown up a music artist and he's well known also. But that time when he was a small child, he would call out and he would call out from the window and ask what is in your fridge. So that is the what we can say desire. No, it keeps coming and it is never satisfied. So here now the teacher has taken them. He's taken them for a. I think we have got two Bhargavis today. We will have to unmute any one of them, or we will have to, yeah, anyone you can exit. Right. So the teacher has taken all the students to the sea, and there he's asking, look at the sea. What do you see there? Just observe. As Dhanush said, it's silent, it's vast. Swami Vivekananda had talked about meditation as just looking at the sea waves. Just looking quietly at the waves, no, without doing anything else, that itself becomes a form of meditation. So here he says, do you hear the sound of the waves? And yet there is some quietude. Despite the sound, there is quietude also. It is only in the calm that the inner self works. Who is this inner self? Anybody? It is in the calmness only that the inner self works. We had heard of inner voice and all, isn't it? In a previous
Is
workshop,
inner
previous
voice
lesson.
and inner self the same?
Yes, the voice of the inner self is called inner voice. And where is the inner self? As the name suggests, it is inside, no? So you have to hear, you have to be quiet. Only then you can hear it. So look at the sea, it's contrasting. Actually, there's a lot of sound. Sound of the waves is very powerful, very strong. And yet there is a silence and quietude also in that. It's peaceful. So the outer movement of the shores of the waves coming forward and again going back, coming forward and again going back makes a sound. But the sea is silent and deep. If you look at the shore, you see a lot of froth and you see so much what we can say movement and turbulence, isn't it? But you look far away towards the horizon. You look at the sea. How does the sea look? Calm and blissful. I have my classmate is in the Navy. So he's surrounded by the beautiful blue ocean all the time, and he says it looks So calm and peaceful. He says, I don't need to meditate. I just look outside and I see the sea. That gives me very good quietude. Yeah, Viona wants to say something?
But the ocean is not blue, isn't it? Just the reflection of the sky. The water is
Yeah, it is a reflection. It is a reflection of the sky. But it also has its own color. Look at different oceans. Each ocean has its shade. A different one at the meeting point between two, oceans. There you will see different colors only. Bhargavi wants. No need to raise hand. You can unmute and say something. Yeah.
So, like Viona said that the color of the ocean is like the reflection of the sky, but then I can connect it to something else. Like the water is clear, so it does not have any anger or desire. That's why even we
Okay.
should be like the water, clear and calm.
Oh, lovely. Nice poetic thought. Yes, absolutely. We should be like that. Not having desire, not having anger, but it's still a question mark. That student has asked a question which is a very powerful one. Yeah, Vian is also appreciated Bhargavi's poetic imagination. Let's continue. Yet there is some quietude, isn't it? So it is only in the calm that the inner self works. The outer movement on the shores of the waves coming forward and again goes back makes a sound, but the sea is silent and deep. Like that, our senses bring up and down moments of lust and anger. These two are the main reasons for all inner fluctuations. If you are able to tame them, your actions can be pure, bringing no untoward effect. Because work, because the work is done without your personal expectations. So it's like that. It's like anger and lust when they come in. How is it? It's like a wild horse. Wild horse goes, can anybody control it? No, it is dangerous. But yet, if the horse is tamed, then you can go very far, more far than you can run on your foot, also, isn't it? Something like that. You have to tame them and you have to do your work without any personal expectations. Let personal gains be on the shore only. Remain unaffected by the tides like the vast sea. So here the teacher tells, listen, look at the sea, look at the sea outside there. See the surface of the sea. It's all so shore. Let all the fluctuations be on the shore, on the inside. That means on the inside, you should be calm and quiet. The student is not convinced. The student says, but how do anger and lust hinder right action, sir? He still feels that anger is required, desire is required. How can they hinder right action? The teacher replies, says, see, I will tell you what happens when you work with anger and lust, which are only uncontrolled desires. When you get scolding for not getting good marks in exam, or you are not working well in some field of action, you get angry and say that now I will show my mother or friend and that I can do this task well with this attitude. I will show them for not having faith in me. How many of you agree this is a normal dialogue? Isn't it? Now I'll show. My own friend only said once by mistake I got extra marks and some totaling mistake done in the rank sheet. So immediately my rank came front. Then what happened? I was like, my friend immediately, everybody thought I have got that mistake. I discovered it very late. But the moment I discovered, I went for retotaling and said, please change this. This has to be changed. But by then, my friend said, see, this person has got this rank. He cannot get this rank at all. He has got it by some kind of cheating only. He's not capable of getting. So what happened after that? I got angry. I was like, I will show my friend how can he talk like that. I will try to show and get a better rank. Till then, I was not bothered about my rank. But now this person has tricked me, or he has pricked my anger. So for showing him, I tried to do that. Well, I was successful. That was, I think, in class 8th or class 9th. But after I showed him, I didn't feel like again, again trying to do that. So what has happened? if I had a good thought of doing it for myself, then it will remain steady, no, for a long time. But if I want to just show somebody, then it becomes a problem. So here the teacher says, somebody tells you your marks are not good, or you get scolding from parents, or your action is very bad. Then you say, now I'll show who is talking to. I'll show who is the boss. This kind of attitude comes on the inside. But this showing them makes all the difference. And you do the task only to show off the task. Isn't it? You're doing it just for what reason? I will show them. I will prove that person wrong. Should you study to show somebody something? Or should you study to learn? Isn't it? Why study or play also? Do you play to become a better person or do you play to show somebody I am like this, I have a value?
To
Yeah, be
become a
honest.
better person.
Yes, every action is to be done to become a better person, not just for I'll show. Because what happens today, you will show your friend. Tomorrow, if there's nobody to show, what will you do then? You say, whom I'm trying to show everybody, nobody's watching. And they don't know you, right? But instead, if you keep practicing, one friend of mine would play so well, she would play badminton so well that her movement was like a dance, and people automatically came to watch. It was so graceful. It was so nice. So, but it was not for showing somebody. It was for playing better, for becoming better, to experience that. So that is what. Otherwise, you just do, okay, I'll show this person. That's all. I finished showing, now I'm satisfied. It's like your stomach gets full, then you don't want to do anything, no? It's like that. So we shouldn't work only for showing somebody. When you do something just to show others, the results of such action are far more disastrous than even the actions that are done by normal desires. Perform well without expectations of personal gain, and it will be a right action. Because then, for showing slowly, what happens? Anger comes in. Yes, Bhagavi, I'll just finish this and come to you. All right? Yeah. So when you do to show somebody, then I have to show by hook or crook. Have you heard of this line? By hook or crook? Can someone tell me what that means?
Like you have to do it no matter what.
No matter what, even by cheating. That is what some people do. One very big scientist, he published some clinical trial results because he wanted to show to the world that he's a brilliant scientist. That he talked about some medicine drug which is very effective in that paper, and he got a lot of name and lot of fame also because it was in a big journal. So many people praised him. But you know what he had done? He had done it for showing. He had not done it for science. So you know what he did? He cheated. He brought about wrong results. And then what happened was he got exposed. Another scientist who was sincere, he said, this result is not possible. This result is not correct. And he had to take back his paper, and then it was a nose cut, no? Name is also gone. That is the problem when you do things for showing. Yes, Bhagavi, what was your question?
So uh, as you told that when you got good marks, even though you deserve bad marks, your friend told that he did this by cheating. So no, that's wrong. So why can't we actually show them that you are wrong? We are doing it
Yeah, but you get
not
angry,
for
no?
our.
Yeah, when you get
Yes,
angry,
but
you are not having
he
logic,
called
no?
his name, so
What?
it's he called his name. He called us bad, so it's legal to be angry.
No, I'm sorry, he called us names. So I'm saying is when you get angry, you don't think straight, no? Are you peaceful and quiet? Oh, he has called me a fool. So nice. He called me a fool. Now I will tell him I'm not a fool. Do you react like that? You say, how dare you call me fool? You are a bigger fool. This, that. It starts like that, no? So that's the problem. So I, instead of becoming quiet, I said, I'll now show this person. But that was not the right approach at all. I didn't know it then because I did not read Listen Learning Through Nature. It book came out only now. Yeah, Viona, tell me.
Actually, the same thing happened to me today
Okay.
because today our second midterm exam started. So I was writing. The boy next to me, he was also writing Hindi, and I was also writing Hindi. So he was basically just copying few answers from my question paper, and in the end he was like, you're dumb. I was like, okay, if you think I'm dumb, why did you leave so many answers? Because his answer sheet was like only one Roman letter he got correct by copying from me, and
But
others
did you
he
allow
just
him to copy?
I didn't even know. The boy beside
Okay.
me told me that he was copying. So
Okay.
then I was like, if you call me dumb, then why your answer sheet fully blank? Then
Yeah.
he was like, but I wrote it. Then I was like, yeah, you can't call me dumb like that. You need to
Ah.
first understand what you did.
Yeah, so what happens is, but you cannot, when you're angry, you're not able to quickly respond also, quietly, peacefully, isn't it? It becomes like, what's wrong? What's this too much? I don't, it's wrong. It's unfair. It's unjust. And all of those thoughts come in. Instead, if you're calm, you can just, so you copy it from me. If you are copying from a dumb person, you become more dumb. Isn't it? Something like that. You can retort in a calm and peaceful way without getting irritated. So, but that does not happen because we are angry. That is why we have to keep both of these things outside. No expectations. It's all right. Let's continue. We will just, yes. So this is what makes all the difference. Perform well without any expectations of personal gain. And it will be a right action. So a teacher tells that. The student is still, it is fine to think like this, sir, but practically it's not possible. The student says it's not possible at all practically. How can one understand this? Another student says, what is desire? How to identify it? And they're all like researchers going very deep. Like, what is desire now? How do I identify it? The teacher says, yes, yes, I'll explain. Third student immediately says, but sir, we have some basic needs also, isn't it? So desires are right. Don't we have some basic needs? And the teacher is saying, yes, yes, I will try to explain the questions. May I try and club your questions together? The students in chorus, they say, yes, sir. Then the teacher says, okay, see, we all have some basic needs, like say clothes, even school dress. How many do we need? Two or three maybe? But we go on buying clothes more than we need, isn't it? Many times. Not everybody. Some of them. Some of them. I know my friend. He had a full wardrobe of so many clothes. I started laughing. What are you going to do with all of these? And finally, he also got some good sense and he went and donated the extra clothes that he had. Because just collecting. As if some people have that habit of collecting. So many shoes. I think octopuses need many shoes, isn't it? Because they have so many legs. But human beings have what? Only a pair of legs. You don't need so many. But this is it. Let's see. Like say clothes, even school dress. How many do we need? Two or three maybe? But we go on buying clothes more than what we need. So when we need a bicycle, do we have to go and get a racing bike? No. Or even both. Some say I want a slow cycle as well as a one racing one with good gears. I want to be able to travel very fast. In college, it's even a different story. Some say I want a racing bike, I want a cruiser, I want to sit and drive this way, and so many. Somebody says, no,
Then
I
what
want
if
an
in the end
imported
they
one.
only get one Honda Activa?
What? Yes,
What if,
Rini?
what if in the end they only get an Activa?
What if in the end they get only a Honda Activa? Well, at least it is something, isn't it? It is fulfilling the need, no? I remember mine, I had to go first on the bus before I had my own transportation. So I had to wait. Yes, Bhargavi, what do you want to say?
My friend, she told me that she wanted a kind of mode of transport that could turn into an aeroplane, a bus, a ship, anything. It had 17 bedrooms for everybody and everything.
Could
I
it
don't
talk
know why
also?
do you make it all.
Was it able to talk? No. Okay. All right. It's like Transformers. No, everything. One device, one machine is doing everything. But yeah, these are all, we'll see, no, we'll look at it. Is it a desire or is it a need?
Yes.
We'll have to see
Desire.
what's the difference. Because student says, no, 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 desires are not wrong. I want chocolates. What's wrong in that? I have to get chocolates. That's good. That's what many people say. So let's see what the teachers say. So, say when we need a bicycle, do we have to go and get a racing bike? Or even both? So you see, these sorts of desires are unknowingly fulfilled just for extra personal comfort. Somewhere somebody is not even able to get 2 meals a day. Isn't it true in the world? Do we agree or not? Food is a basic need, isn't it? Food is a need, shelter is a need, but many are there without food and shelter. So that is a need, but so there is something else which is a little bit too extra for personal comfort, isn't it? So it goes a little bit more than the need. There is something one level higher. Some rich children may ask for a car, some may even ask for a driver, but we do not understand that when the need goes beyond requirement, it gets into the category of comfort. So more than need, it becomes comfort. Few who have the ability to spend go on buying cars or for different occasions. And this need then becomes luxury. You're understanding it? There is something called need, there's another thing called comfort, and there's a third thing called luxury. Which is best? Need, comfort, or luxury for us? Which is required, minimal requirement for us?
Need.
Need, isn't it? You go after
But I have
luxury,
a
one thing is luxury will not get fulfilled also, one thing or the other. Some people are in the most luxurious, they live like palace, they have a palace, and yet they're not feeling satisfied. And yet somebody does not even have a table in their house, but all the members sit together on the floor. They don't have so many multiple cuisines, they don't have so many different types of foods. There's just one dish. But everybody shares it and everybody enjoys it together. That becomes fun, isn't it? Yeah, Bhargavi, tell me.
I have a doubt that how can what's the difference between luxury and comfort? Because luxury is basically like living in comfort, full cozy comfort, and
No,
comfort
no,
is
see,
well comfort.
little bit better than need is comfort. See, say um I'm barefooted, so my basic need is to get shoes, isn't it? If I'm barefooted. But that is what we can say. Then it's like I'm going to get a little more than my required shoes. And then there are the luxury shoes also, isn't it? Yes or
So
no?
luxury is basically excessive comfort.
Excessive comfort. Wonderfully said by Remy. Yes, luxury is a excessive comfort. So understand well your need and do not opt for comforts of any type. Why? Comforts will come afterwards. You don't have to run after them right now as a student. Your aim is to what? Look after your needs. Sometimes what happens here, you have seen plants. Anybody has watered plants and grown plants? Yes. Okay, great. All right, everybody. Rini, you have not tried it? Growing or cultivating plants? Yes? No? All right. But I think everybody should try it. So what you do when you have to give water to the plants. So when you give water, you have to give correctly the right amount, how much the plant needs. When you give more than what you need, what happens then? That plant is not. Yeah, Rani, tell me, you were saying something.
The thing is, if the plant gets too much water, then the water, instead of being absorbed by the soil, like just rests on the layer of the soil, which
Yeah, yeah.
prevents the soil from actually getting air from outside, so it just dies.
Yeah, absolutely. It becomes too much. Too much water spoils the soil. Also, there's no chance. There's no chance for, proper aeration. And sometimes just bare minimum, little bit more than minimum. It's like, okay, sometimes it's comfort. But luxury is sometimes a problem also. So as a student, when we are growing, let our focus be first on the needs. Because need is enough for us at the moment. As we grow older, we can think about the other things. So here, understand well your need and do not opt for comforts of any type. This comfort is a desire, and if we go after desire, and if we don't get it, we become angry and even fight with others. At times, even our own parents. Yes or no? I was going, I was going on a road with my parents, and suddenly I saw a beautiful shop with a wonderful display. That display had this particular toy. I was asking, I want it, I want it, I want it, otherwise I will not do anything. But my parents didn't listen, and so I got irritated. How many of us have fought with parents for not getting us what we wanted? Isn't it? Yeah. I was a little scared, so I could not fight too much with my father, but with my mother, I would fight. Yeah, so this is what is this? This is actually at least see, sometimes it's fine. But sometimes you see, when we become too adamant, I will not do anything until we get it. Do we feel happy when we get angry and frustrated? Do we like it? No, not at all. But it's not in our control. Why? Because desire didn't get fulfilled. Because the desire didn't get fulfilled. That is why. So, this is the difference between need, comfort, and luxury. Understand well your need. Do not opt for comforts of any type. This comfort is a desire. And if we go after desire and if we don't get it, we become angry and even fight with others. At times, even our own parents. That disturbs the whole budget of the family. And this desire enters in other children of the home and all get agitated. This is how anger and desire always spread around. You sit next to your friend who is very angry and cranky, and he starts shouting at you. You know what happens after that? You also feel irritated, isn't it? You get irritated and then you try to shout at somebody else. Something like that. And sometimes in some homes, no, every home parents are looking after so many things, isn't it? They have a budget for each month. They plan, I want to do this, I want to do that. But you become adamant and you say, I want this only, I want this particular gaming device, which is so costly. And you say, I want it only. Otherwise, I will not be happy. I will keep crying. I'll keep disturbing everybody. Then sometimes parents like, child will not keep quiet. Let us give it. Let us give the child this particular thing because it's crying so much. But what happens because of that? Then the other sibling feels I have not been given. Or maybe there is somebody else who cannot afford it, and it again spreads what does it do? It spreads a big disquiet around. Anger also spreads like that. Instead, you can be very, very happy also, isn't it, with what you have? Yes or no? Can you or can you not? It's actually difficult sometimes, but it's also very easy. You should look at different children in different places. You should actually see sometimes children who are not having anything also are appearing so happy and satisfied. And there are some who are in the comforts and yet not happy because it has become a desire. Their needs have got met and needs have now got replaced with a need for the craving for getting comforts, and that keeps on increasing to become what we call luxury, craving for luxury. So that is something we should avoid because anger desires spread around like that. One zoologist had done a experiment on monkeys. He brought it on. They do different experiments to understand human psychology, animal psychology, like that. No, so what he had done is in a group of monkeys he had, and it was an experimental design. So many monkeys were brought into one particular place. And what did this person do? He went and hit one monkey purposely and moved out. You know what happened afterwards? All the monkeys started fighting because the one who got hit, no, passed on that anger to somebody else. And within a while, the entire group was disturbed with anger. This is what happens with us. We don't realize it also. This is psychology. Anger and desire, they spread disquiet only. We think they are going to make us happy and quiet, but instead it takes the opposite direction. So let's continue. The student one says, yes, sir. Now we understand the three need, comfort, and luxury clearly. As a student, we need to first look at our needs only and nothing more than basic needs. Anybody can tell me the difference between need, comfort, and luxury? Then we can go ahead. Okay, Bhargavi. Yeah, okay. One Bhargavi, then we'll go with Fiona. Yes, please.
Need is like the basic thing that you need to survive. It's not like I have to have this, but it's something that helps you survive in this
Necessary, no?
world.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So Veona wants to add further to what Bhargavi has said.
Yes, but need is something like not what you desire, but something which is very helpful, not
It is
something
required,
which
isn't it?
is
It's mandatory, basic, must. It is a
basic
must.
need for
You want to
us.
play cricket, you need a bat and ball. You want to play football, you need a football, isn't it? Yeah. What about desire? I mean, what about comfort? And what about luxury?
Desire is when
Comfort,
you
not desire. Sorry, my question was wrong. What is comfort and what is luxury other than need?
comfort is like when you're feeling okay, like
Little
little
more
bit,
than you need, no? You've got a little more than you need also.
little bit more, but luxury is even more than that. But
Even
it's
worse,
also a
so much
little bit
more.
of comfort because you
Yeah.
have everything.
Hmm. Yeah. But luxury is not required, isn't it? It's like you don't understand, you're not empathetic about somebody else. You have to be understanding that also about others. If you have 5 pens and somebody in your group only does not have even one, and that is a basic need, isn't it? So then you can lend it or you cannot lend it.
You can.
You can, isn't it? Rennie says no, or why not? I saw you nodding or saying no.
No, I thought you have to share a friend.
Yeah, you have to
Or
share. You
like
have to share.
physically share a friend.
What?
Or like
So,
physically sharing a friend.
yeah, it's fine, isn't it?
Yeah, actually.
Because why? You don't know. Because we are connected with people, isn't it? And different people, when you have a bond, one friend of mine would say, I don't need friends. He got up in class and said, I don't need any friends at all. He was declaring. Why? He says, see, anybody wants something, I'll give something in return, so they will help me. And what happened afterwards? Well, he wanted to play a sports event, but nobody wanted to be his partner. So then he got up angry and he started crying. See, nobody wants to be. And the teacher reminded, you only told just a few days back you don't need any friends. So what we have to understand is we need, and the need is what a basic aspect, which is a requirement. You have to try to fulfill it. Yes, Bhargav, I have a doubt. Okay, go ahead.
How to stop ourselves from desire, comfort, and luxury? Because I think it's really hard.
No, though you just do what you need. Don't ask for more than what you need. Focus as a student. No, you want to grow right now, isn't it? So it's like you have that self-discipline. You have that discipline. My coach had a very strict discipline on us, and you know what, like military discipline, he had induced on us. Only what you need, you have to do. And you know what happened because of that? All the students who followed him became very strong physically. Why? It is the discipline. Like that, there are different disciplines, mental also. So we have to understand what is needed is what you should get. Why should you try to run after comforts? Because what happens is when you keep getting, like you see, we saw the story, isn't it? One man wanted a more comfort than walking, so he looked at another person and I will get satisfied if I get a cycle. The one on the cycle says, I'll be satisfied if I get a motorcycle. The one on the motorcycle says, I will get more comfort, I'll be more comfortable when I'm driving a car. The one in the car says, I'll be more comfortable if I travel by flight. The person in the flight says, see, so many people have to board. If I had my own private jet, that'll be chartered flight would be best. And what does the private person in the chartered flight say? As he gets down, he says, see, I have to follow so many protocols. I'm walking like this. See that person walking on the street? He's so comfortable. So what happens? It's a matter of perspective of the mind, comfort and luxury. You think it will give you happiness. You know, in ancient India, we had great kings, we had great leaders who only, imagine a king and living with only basic need. It's possible to think about it? No. But he was living like that. The name of the king was Janaka. He lived in such a perfect way that whatever he did it for the people and he never tried to get little bit more than what he needed. Yeah. and he led to a beautiful kingdom and everybody prospered. Otherwise, what happens? Only one person prospers, another person suffers. So that's why let's focus on need. As a student, our job is only to look after the need, not comfort or luxury. The teacher says, immediately acknowledges the student. He says very nicely, he says, yes, this is the attitude of good students. As you know that many students are deprived of even basic needs. Agreed or not? Yes or no? Sometimes even the basic needs they are not having. When you observe and live like that, you can be peaceful and grow fast in making your personality stronger and stronger and also become more knowledgeable. So this is the way. This way, what will happen? You will become stronger. You'll also become more knowledgeable because you develop what you call empathy. Anybody has heard of this empathy? Yeah. Have you heard of IQ? No, Bhargavi has not heard. All right. IQ is intelligence quotient. And there is something called EQ. Anybody has heard of EQ? Yeah. So many times. Yeah.
External
Yeah.
question.
Sorry, Viona, what did you say?
Emotional
Is it
quotient.
is it external question?
Okay, Viona is guessing as external quotient. Rennie, what do you
It's,
say?
I think it's emotional quotient.
Yeah, it's emotional quotient. Because intelligence is up to some extent it is useful, but after a while you have to work with people, no, in organizations also. Nowadays we have new technologies having artificial intelligence. Yes or no? Have you heard of AI? Yeah, the tools are growing. When you become another 10 years, 15 years, you'll have a very interesting advancement. But does AI have emotion? Does AI have empathy? No, that is going to become rare factor and that is going to become more precious. So this is important. So we must understand. Some don't have, so we should not become what we can say carried away. So this is something which is most important. We can become stronger and knowledgeable. So with this, we are ready to complete our session. I'll just tell you 3 points which we can have as points to remember. Number one is perform your action without any expectation of return. You know what is this is important, no? Right? Doing something without expectation of result. But can you do a good action without expectation of result? No. Still no. No, try doing
Couldn't
it. Just
understand.
sorry, Viona. What did you say?
I couldn't understand what he said.
No. So doing an action just because you want something in return. Should you do that or should you do it because of the joy of doing it?
Just
Yeah, when you
for the
you have to
joy.
do it
Joy of
for the
doing
joy
it.
of doing it. When you do it right, no, you don't have to worry about the outcome. Somebody may say it's very good, somebody may say it's very bad. I had written one poem. I really liked writing poetry. So I started writing. And then one person, I thought, let's hear what some expert has to say. I did not write because I wanted to show that person or I wanted to hear good news from somebody. So I shared it to an expert author. That author completely said, this person does not know anything. He does not know English. He's like this, he's like that. I was like, hey, I have written the poem. Poem has got some feeling. You have not read it only, then it's I have done it for the joy of my writing. So I did not get disappointed because such a person has told about it. But I sent it to one more person. I sent it to somebody called Dr. Abdul Kalam. And you will not believe he wrote back to me. He wrote back to me that he liked the poem and he sent his best wishes. Now, isn't that something nice? But did I expect that it will go? I was like, whoa, he's written, he's replied. How can he reply? Is he not busy? How can he do that? I was so excited. But you see, this is something which we have to do always when we do something. We have to do it for experiencing the joy of doing it, not for returns. Yes, Bhagavi, what is your question?
I don't have a question. Just like you told that you wrote a poem just like 2 or 3 days ago. I was doing my homework like without expectations or anything, and then in that time I was just humming a tune because I didn't know anything else to do, because I was very happy I could do everything without getting any like doubts or anything. So I was really happy. I was humming a like, random tune, and then after that I went humming the same tune. I went to like play my music on my piano, and then over there I was happy because I could play it fluently. So I made up a
Ah,
song.
wow, you made your own song. If you want, you can sing it and share it in the group as well. Most welcome. Okay, so but this is the thing, no? When you do something because you are liking it and you're enjoying it, it becomes more than what you want it. So don't get trapped. It is a trap. Expectation is a trap. Don't get trapped by it. Do it for the joy of doing it. It will become the best forever. It will be remembered or something like that. Okay, number two, point number two. Don't do anything to show off or to prove a point to anyone, but to grow. Why should you do anything? Because you want to grow your personality, because you want to become stronger, because you want to become more intelligent, you want to blossom like a flower, no? That is exactly what we should do with our personality. Flowers look beautiful or not? Does only one flower look beautiful or every flower looks beautiful?
Every flower.
So many types of flowers are there, isn't it? If you look at each flower, you can actually see, wow, look at this flower. It's white, another is yellow, another is blue. Each of them looks so beautiful and each is so special. They're all growing, isn't it? Like that, our personality also. So we should not do it just to show off. We should do it for growing, not to prove a point or to say somebody, I am like this or I am like that. The last point is understand the difference between need, comfort, and luxury. All right. So these three. All right. With this, we are ready to conclude. Can someone tell me some of the points that you saw today, if you can recollect? Then we'll go to our usual practice of trying to make fire come out of our hands. Yeah,
Um,
Leona.
don't do anything to show off, but to prove or to prove a point to anyone, but to grow.
Yeah, beautiful, wonderful point. Yes. So we have to remember this. We are doing everything to grow, not because, I'll prove this person. Tomorrow that person will not be there. What will you do? Nothing, no? You'll be like, "Arey, all my years I wanted to prove to this person." And this person says, I was just joking that day. I didn't mean it seriously. And you spent 10 years of your life to prove a point to somebody only to find out that person says it was simply said like that. Then it's waste of your energy, isn't it? So don't waste your energy trying to prove something. Try to grow. Now, okay, Bhagavi. Next point. One more point. What do you recollect?
We should not do anything with desire,
Yeah, we
and
shouldn't.
like we should not have
Expectation.
expectations.
Expectation is important. Okay, so don't do it just with something I get in return. Instead, try to get the, like you gave the example of your playing of piano after your homework. It's all different actions, no? Is playing piano same as homework? No. But that flow got carried on, no? That went on to music also, that flow was there in you, you were humming. If you had that time gone to play also, every ball you would have hit it for a six only at that moment. Because that was the flow, that was something which you would actually enjoy. You'll know what to do at that time. All right, so with this, one more point that is last, which is the difference between three important things. Can someone recollect it?
Need, comfort, and luxury.
Yeah, need, comfort, and luxury. Look after your needs. Don't worry about the comfort. Please don't try running after luxury because that will not give you happiness at all. Instead, it will make you angry. All right. So with this, let's conclude. So I can say, let's close our eyes for 2 minutes. All right. No scratching your head, no turning left, no turning right, no up, no down, no opening your eyes. All of you close. Yes. Only 2 minutes. You have to control all your urges to yawn, to scratch your head, everything. All right, 30 more seconds. Time's not going slower. 30 seconds. Yes. All right, before now opening your eyes, let's start rubbing our palms nicely. Yeah. All right then. See you next week. Bhargavi already began sleeping. Was the class so bad? All right. So see you next week. Looking forward.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye,
No
sir.
queries if you have any doubts. All right.
Bye.
Otherwise, we close.
Hariam
Okay.
sir.
Sir, bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Good night. See you all next week.